Welcome out again, everyone. Sports Talk Mania. I'm your host, Lee Haygood. I'll be in here with you till the 7 p.m. hour Central Standard Time comes on. Been a lot of action going on here lately, especially our Loretta Mustang basketball squad went to the Final Four. That's right, Final Four for the Loretta Mustang basketball. First time since 1942. So, got to pull some calendars out and get some things going on to look back that far. Congratulations again going out to the Loretta Mustangs. And, of course, those of you that tune in to MustangsTV.com, you got to hear the action. Unfortunately, couldn't see the action. Just like what's going on up at Vanderbilt's baseball stadium today. In case you haven't been tuned in to MustangsTV.com, got the Loretta Mustangs against the Summertown Eagles, battling it out at Vanderbilt's baseball stadium, and seen some postings where the Mustangs was holding the Vanderbilt National Championship trophy. Of course, Vanderbilt Commodores winning the national championship in baseball last baseball season, or the 2014 baseball season. I may need to put it that way. The 2014 baseball season of Vanderbilt Commodores win the championship. Again, big congratulations going out. Had some technical difficulties last week with some equipment, so apologize for that. We weren't able to get online and talk about our Mustangs last week. We're going to talk a little bit about them this week. So if anyone wants to call in and talk about these Mustangs with me, feel free to do so. Call in is 931-629-1824. Be glad to get you on and see what's happening out there in the world of sports. As always, it's a pleasure for me to be with you guys here on Mustangs TV and Sports Talk Mania. Love to get some phone calls coming in. Again, 931-629-1824. Phone lines are open, and phone lines will stay open. Even if I'm rambling about something, just please never mind me. Get on the phone, give us a call, and let's talk some sports here on a Monday afternoon, March 23rd, 2015. All kinds of things going on. Got the March Madness going on. Got the big dance happening in basketball, and a few upsets already, especially UAB. The Blazers coming out and taking the first round. They was a number 13 or 14 seed and knocked off the 3 or 4, whichever one they were. And a couple of big upsets. Georgia State winning their first one. And I'm going to tell you, in case you haven't seen that story about the Georgia State coach and his son, Georgia State coach has a bum leg or foot, ankle, and he's on a chair on the sideline, and his son hits the big three, which put Georgia State on top, and ended up winning the three-point shot by his son, ended up winning the game. The post-game interview, priceless. If you have not listened to it or been on line to check that out, you definitely need to. That's one of the most feel-good stories in sports that there is, especially when a father and son can be at that level of basketball. And everybody says, yeah, but it's Georgia State. Okay, so what? They're still a D1 college basketball team. So, my hat's off to the dad and the son in that deal, and able to spend time with each other like they do, and the dad being so proud of the son for what he's done, not just the 3-point shot and winning the ball game, but again, if you have not heard the story or read about the story or listened to it, you definitely need to. That's one of the most feel-good stories in sports today. Again, the big dance going on. A lot of basketball action going on. Of course, the high school, again, congratulations going out to the Loretta High School Mustangs for making it to the Final Four, knocked off Van Buren County in the Elite Eight to get the tournament started. Ended up playing Union City. Union City actually, excuse me, come out on top in that game over the Loretta Mustangs, but got to give it to the Mustangs. They played their hearts out, and great job, Coach Michael Rochester and the coaching staff. Great job, players. Hey, everybody in the Loretto and Lawrence County area, proud of you as far as you went, and definitely looking forward to good things to come for our Loretto Mustang basketball team and Lady Mustangs as well. Lady Mustangs, unfortunately, in the sub-state game had to travel. And, again, I've brought this up before. Could things have been a little bit different had the Lady Mustangs not played at the barn as well? I think so, and it was just a couple of bad calls, a couple of bad officiating calls that kept them from being able to play their sub-state game in the barn as well. So, could have been great things coming out of Loretto as far as the basketball program's going. Talking about basketball, we're going to skip on into some baseball too. Again, in case you haven't been tuned in to MustangsTV.com today, Kyle Johnson, Josh McDonald bringing the baseball action to you live from Vanderbilt. I think it's Hawkins Stadium up there in Vanderbilt. They're bringing it live to you. Actually, Hawkins Field, my bad. I knew it was Hawkins, couldn't remember exactly what they said. Hawkins Field, right there on the campus of Vanderbilt University. And Josh McDonald, again, Kyle Johnson bringing you the play-by-play. It's audio only, can't watch it, but you can definitely listen and tune in. And if you haven't already, just go up above the screen there and click on. They're in the top of the 7th inning right now with the Mustangs on top of the Summertown Eagles. Believe it or not, the Loretto Mustangs and Summertown Eagles traveled hour and a half up the road to Vanderbilt to play the game. This being an invitation sent out to Coach Lamb. It was supposed to, if I'm not mistaken, supposed to be a home game for the Loretto Mustangs. And Coach Lamb got the offer and the invitation to head up to Vanderbilt's Hawkins Field to play the game against Summertown today, and chose to do that. And hey, it's a great atmosphere for these young men that's out there on the baseball field or the diamond. And I'm hoping that looks like Summertown. Just trying to, in case you're listening to me and tuned off the ball game, Summertown just tied it up in the top of the 7th inning by a score of 6-6. So maybe have some extra innings going on there at Hawkins Field this evening. Looks like the Loretto Mustangs and the Summertown Eagles battling it out a little further north today. So hope our Mustangs can come out. But hey, if the Eagles win again, it's all about the county. Let's definitely going to bring the win home to the county today either way. So looking forward to seeing what comes out of that one. Also, again, phone lines are open, 931-629-1824. We know you out there. We know you listening. We appreciate you tuning in to us here on Sports Talk Mania and Mustangs TV. Going to get a word from one of our great sponsors, and we'll be back right after this. The Tennessee National Raceway, where dirt track racing is at its best. That's the Tennessee National Raceway, 316 Racetrack Road, Hohenwald, Tennessee. Come out each and every Saturday night during racing season, ladies and gentlemen, and see some of the best dirt track racing anywhere around this area. That's the Tennessee National Raceway, 316 Racetrack Road, Hohenwald, Tennessee.
Your number one Mustang fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services, a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126. Tailgate checklist. Cooler.
Check.
Chips.
Check.
Hot dogs.
Check.
Mustang gear.
Check.
Insurance.
Check.
This season, protect your team with insurance from Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services. Keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126.
Welcome back, everyone, here on Sports Talk Mania. Again, we're live here. I'm your host, Lee Haygood, here on this Monday, March 23rd, 2015, wanting to talk some basketball, football, baseball, or whatever. Give us a phone call at 931-629-1824. Hey, let's talk about those Mustangs winning or going to the Final Four. Let's talk about your brackets in March Madness, because Lord knows mine is nowhere to be found. I'm at the bottom of the list. Of course, Villanova getting knocked out of it. I think I had them going to the Final Four, so not good for Lee Haygood's brackets this year. I will say that. Again, phone lines are open, 931-629-1824. Be glad to talk to somebody about some football, baseball, basketball, wrestling, racing. It doesn't matter. Hey, let's talk about one of our sponsors in the Tennessee National Raceway. Had the United USCS guys at the Tennessee National Raceway this past Friday and Saturday night. And you talk about some racing. Everyone that attended the races on Friday and Saturday seen some of the best racing that they've probably ever seen. I mean, close to door to door, 3 wide. And if you've ever been to Hohenwald, Tennessee, to the Tennessee National Raceway and seen their track, it's not one of those real wide tracks. And when you can race around that thing 3 wide, and even seen a couple of times, I think it was Saturday night, where they were actually going 4 wide at a couple of spots around the track. I'll tell you now, it's hard to get 4 wide, even when the bigger cars come and they line them up 4 wide for their salute to the fans when they come by. Keep in mind, they're going about 20 mile an hour, 25 mile an hour just to keep it 4 wide and not run into each other and everybody else. And they were actually racing the other night at especially the mini sprints from the USCS. They were going close to 90, 95 mile an hour down through there, and they were getting out 4 and 5 wide coming down the front stretch. Of course, they're a smaller car than a regular race car, but you talking about some action going on. Loved every second of it. And if you haven't had a chance to get up to Hohenwald, Tennessee to check out the Tennessee National Raceway, those folks up there put on one more show. They do it every weekend. Racing's usually every Saturday night, and they'll throw some Friday nights in there as well. You can check it out at racetn.com. That's www.racetn.com. Check them out on the web. We appreciate them sponsoring us here on Sports Talk Mania, and we appreciate the things that they do in our local area, especially to bring us some dirt track racing. So, talking a little bit about this NCAA March Madness. When you start, again, my bracket is completely gone. So, the upsets in the first round, one of those hurt me tremendously bad. I think I had like Iowa State, who I think got beat by UAB. I'm trying to pull it up real quick here. That is correct. UAB 14 seed beat the number 3 seed Iowa State. I had Iowa State going all the way out to the Elite 8. So that one just pretty much crushed my hopes of doing any good in this year's bracket. And a few other brackets, I think, and I'm pretty much I was set on Iowa State going all the way out to the Elite 8. Of course, getting beat in the Elite 8, I think I had Duke beating them in the Elite 8. So, but unfortunately, my bracket ended pretty soon because of that. Hey, phone lines are open again at 931-629-1824. Be glad to get you on here, and let's talk Summertown. Just checked it out. Summertown went ahead of the Mustangs, still in the top of the 7th inning by a score of 7-6. And if you're tuned into that game, you're not listening to us, and that's fine. Hope you tuned in supporting your Loretto Mustangs or your Summertown Eagles. Looking forward to a lot of good things coming. Talking about Summertown, again, don't forget, Summertown getting them a football team up this year. That will be Loretto Mustangs' first ball game of the season against the Summertown Eagles. Going to have them a football team on the field for the first time, I guess, in ever. I can't remember ever being a Summertown football team. May have been that I don't remember, but I don't think there ever has been. If there has, hopefully we can get someone from Summertown to give us a phone call here and let us know what's going on up there for this football team. And I've been trying to get a good buddy of mine to call in and talk to us a little bit about these Summertown Eagles. Got a lot of things in the works up there in their football. They've been in had a youth football league going for a while now, or I say a while, a couple of years anyway. So they're ramping up to try to put them a good team on the field. And with knowing Summertown, they've always got a good baseball team. They've always got good basketball teams. I don't expect anything less of them in, come football time. It's going to take them a couple of years probably to get some things ironed out and figure out, the world of football. But I see them coming on pretty strong. Like I say, pretty good athletes come through that area up there. Pretty good athletes come through all of Lawrence County. By the way, want to congratulate Coach Shane Clark on making it as far as he made it with his basketball squad this year. And you talk about the Mustangs, everybody says, yeah, but that's that's Class A. Well, or Single A. They went up against the Lawrence County Wildcats, who ended up making it to the best 16 teams in the state in AAA. They went up against them twice and beat them both times. And that's not a knock on Lawrence County. Again, they made it out to the final 16 in the state in AAA. So not a bad team there. That just shows you how good the Loretto Mustangs were this year. And congratulations to Lane Mahan on winning the all-tournament, or winning an all-tournament spot from the state tournament. So I know the fans of Loretto come around and welcome these guys home, and hats off to Coach Lamb and several others for getting all that together. A welcoming home party the night of the actual championship game. Of course, the Mustangs stuck around to see what was going on there, and of course, Lane Mahan, when he come into the welcoming home party, had his ribbon around his neck with his medal hanging from it. So congratulations going out to Lane, and again, congratulations to all the Mustangs on a great season. Guys, we're proud of you, and thanks for doing what you do for the area, your school, and the community. Hey, we loved every second of it. Going to check back in here on our baseball. It looks like the Mustangs are up to bat now, trailing 7-6 to the Summertown Eagles in the bottom of the 7th inning. So let's see if the Mustangs can't come back and at least tie it up, if not win it. And either way, congratulations to both teams for getting to go up and play on the defending national championship team's baseball field. Looking at the Sweet 16, I guess, is where we're getting to in our brackets now. We've still got North Carolina State against Louisville. Of course, North Carolina State knocking off number 1 seed Villanova. They will go out and play on March the 27th against Louisville. That's a number 8 seed and a number 4 seed. Also, you still got Oklahoma in there at number 3 and Michigan State at number 7. You've got Duke, still a number 1 seed, going against Utah, a number 5 seed. And you got UCLA, who beat UAB, going against Gonzaga, who's the number 2 seed in that side of the bracket. Over in the West, you've got Xavier, number 6 seed, going against the number 2 seed Arizona. And you've got the number 1 seed Wisconsin going against the number 4 seed of North Carolina. So North Carolina can still make some racket. I think Wisconsin's probably got the better team to go into the ball game, but you can't ever overlook North Carolina. Notre Dame up in the Midwest region. Got Notre Dame, a number 3 seed, going against the number 7 seed of Wichita State. And, of course, the Wildcats of Kentucky, the number 1 seed out of the Midwest, taking on the number 5 seed of West Virginia. And let's look at this game for just a second. West Virginia may have one of the best opportunities. I don't think personally, I don't think, of course, this don't mean a whole lot because my brackets done went way south on me. The number 1 seed Kentucky, everyone thinks that they're that good a team, and they are. I truly believe they're one of the best Kentucky teams that I saw. And I'm not, going to go back and compare Kentucky teams because there's been some good ones. But this year, every game I've watched Kentucky play, they've handled the game the best that they can handle it. And these young players they get, most of them just freshmen in college, right out of high school. And when Coach Calipari's got all this talent sitting on his bench, my hat's off to him for first controlling the talent and being able to coach that much talent. But when he's got 10 players that's across his bench that could probably be the number 1 starter on just about every college basketball team in the nation, wow. I mean, they're just that good, I think. That don't mean they can't lose a ball game. But I think if anybody beats them, it's going to be themselves. Just a bad night of shooting, making some mental mistakes, mental errors, but the talent is there. Now, let's talk about West Virginia. If anybody's in this bracket that I saw, and I've spoke with people about this, out of all the teams that still left in the brackets, out of all the teams that still left in the tournament, West Virginia may have the best one-on-one matchup with Kentucky that there is in the brackets. And again, that's just my feelings about it. I think West Virginia is their strong points is where Kentucky's weak points, if they have any, is going to be matched up. So I think, and a lot of the people that's analyzing these games, they're giving Kentucky a 9-point win in this or whatever. I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be a much closer ball game. It may end up being 9, 10, 12 points at the end, but that, in my point, the way I'm looking at it, the only way that's going to happen is if West Virginia starts having to foul to try to stay in the game at the very end, and of course Kentucky makes those free throws. So that's my outlook on what's going on in the brackets. I think Kentucky's going to win it all. I think they've got the team to win it all. But again, that's the reason they play the games. If it was on paper, they'd already have the championship, but they don't. They still got to play 3 more games to get to the championship. So either way, that's our brackets. That's my little look at the brackets. I'll be glad to hear what you got to say about yours at 931-629-1824. Going to take us a little break. We're going to come right back here on Sports Talk Mania. Again, we thank all of our sponsors, and we thank you for tuning in and joining us here on this Monday evening. We'll be back after a word from these great sponsors that we have.
Your number 1 Mustang fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services, a winning combination. We'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126.
The Tennessee National Raceway, where dirt track racing is at its best. That's the Tennessee National Raceway, 316 Racetrack Road, Hohenwald, Tennessee. Come out each and every Saturday night during racing season, ladies and gentlemen, and see some of the best dirt track racing anywhere around this area. That's the Tennessee National Raceway, 316 Racetrack Road, Hohenwald, Tennessee.
Tailgate checklist. Cooler.
Check.
Chips.
Check.
Hot dogs.
Check.
Mustang gear.
Check.
Insurance.
Check.
This season, protect your team with insurance from Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services. Keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126.
At Southern Craft Manufacturing, our commitment to choice sets us apart. Using both old-world craftsmanship and modern techniques, We proudly provide the finest quality and greatest value caskets in the industry. Founder Rodney Robinson is a third-generation casket manufacturer, providing the highest quality finished product. Call toll-free 800-413-1778, Southern Craft Manufacturing on North Main Street in Loretto, Tennessee.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Talk Mania. Give us a phone call, and we will definitely talk anything sports on here you'd like to talk about it. 931-629-1824. Phone lines are open, and I think we got all of our technical difficulties ironed out. Excuse me, easy for me to say. Got all our technical difficulties ironed out, so we should be able to talk to any of you that would like to give us a call, give you an update right now on what's going on at actually it's a final. The final is in. It's the Summertown Eagles 7, the Loretto Mustangs 6. That game was played at Hawkins Field at the University of Vanderbilt campus. So congratulations to the Eagles on taking a close one from the Mustangs. And, of course, when you play those Summertown Eagles, basketball, baseball, they're both good. And again, don't forget, they got that football team going to be coming out on the field this year. So best wishes to the Summertown Eagle football squad in their inaugural season coming up here in 2015. Of course, we're a little bit away, but still got spring training going on. And if I ain't mistaken, those Tennessee Volunteers opened up spring training today or this afternoon, I believe, sometime. So got a little football in the air still around anyway, so looking forward to some spring training things going on and finding out what's going on elsewhere in football. As well, again, like I said, we've definitely got the Summertown Eagles going to start them a football team this year. So, again, best wishes to them. And, hey, guys, if Mustang TV happens to be off one of those nights and you guys are playing, hopefully we can get old KJ talked into maybe broadcasting one of those Summertown Eagle football games. Love to do that just so we can keep things. Of course, MustangsTV.com, mainly bringing you Loretto Mustang sports, but we're here for that whole area, not just Loretto. We're going to try to bring other things to you to keep you interested in whether you're at the north side of Lawrence County or the south side of Lawrence County. We want to get these student athletes on the, get them broadcast and get them out there so these colleges that's not wanting to come in and look at a 1A or 2A school, that they've got absolutely every opportunity that they can to jump on the internet. And, of course, in the world of technology today, everybody knows how that is. All you got to do is pick your phone up or whatever and get on, find out what's going on with Mustangs TV. That's what we're here for. We're here to bring you Loretto Mustang sports first and area sports second. So looking forward to it. It's got again, Summertown Eagles going to start them a football season coming up. Let's see what else is going on in the world of sports. How about the first thing I see is about the Los Angeles Rams. Well, it's the St. Louis Rams right now, so we'll see what goes on there. I know they've been trying to look to see and all that. Everybody's wanting the Rams back out in Los Angeles, which they were for a little while. So let's see what happens on that one. And hearing some talks, being a Titan fan as I am, of course, not having a whole lot to, cheer for the last year or so. But being a Titan fan, keep hearing some rumors about maybe the Titans getting sold off and moved out of Tennessee. Hope that does not happen. Again, I'd like for them to put a little bit better team on the field than what we had this past season. And they will be having the second pick in the draft, or could have the second pick in the draft. Let's see where they go. A lot of talks, maybe the Titans looking to get Phillip Rivers, from San Diego. So, to me, that would be a perfect scenario. Is he worth the number 2 pick? Absolutely. You know what you're getting with Phillip Rivers. He's not the best in the league, but he's probably, top 6 or 7 quarterbacks in the league. And when you got that opportunity to go get something that you already know about, why waste a second round or a second pick in the first round on somebody that you're going to be taking a shot at, especially the two best quarterbacks in Mariota and Winston. Of course, Winston being so far kind of picked to go to Tampa Bay, which would leave Mariota. And Mariota, a great quarterback in college under the scheme and the plan that he had in Oregon. But I'm not sure he's going to be that good of an NFL quarterback. So if I'm the Tennessee Titans and Phillip Rivers is out there and I can go get him with my second pick, I'm definitely doing that. Trade my second pick, bring Rivers in. Yeah, you're going to bring a lot more money in, probably what you'd have to pay you second pick the first year anyway, because of the union rules with the NFL and all that good stuff. But still, bring Rivers in. That's who I'd like to see back there in the quarterback position. Again, in case you just joined us, we got those of you that may have come in from the Mustangs against the Eagles baseball game. It's a final now from Hawkins Field on the University of Vanderbilt campus. Summertown Eagles 7, Loretto Mustangs 6. That is a final score. So, again, congratulations going out to those Eagles for taking one from Mustangs. Mustangs was playing a home game. And, again, if you was wondering why they were playing all the way up at Vanderbilt, you had Loretto against Summertown. Coach Gary Lamb was invited to play there, his home game today, and he chose to do that. So glad that Summertown agreed to play, the Mustangs at Vanderbilt. Great opportunity for these young student athletes to go on to a defending national championships baseball team's field, play a game, because seen where the Mustangs was holding up the Vanderbilt baseball national championship trophy from last season. So kudos to all of them that were involved in there. Good, it looked like a good close game. I listened to what I didn't get to start picking it up till about the fourth. I think it's the bottom of the fourth inning. I come in. Mustangs had a pretty sizable lead over the Eagles, like 6-3, I believe, at one time, and the Eagles clawed their way back in. And again, final score from Hawkins Field at the University of Vanderbilt: the Summertown Eagles 7, the Loretto Mustangs 6. So, but again, congratulations to both squads for being able to go up there and play on that field. Great field, nice field. We walked right by it this past football season. We were headed in to watch Vanderbilt take on the Tennessee Volunteers, and where we parked at, we walked right by the baseball field. I mean, it just looked immaculate. So, again, congratulations going out to Summertown Eagles. Took a close one over the Loretto Mustangs by a score of 7-6. Phone lines are open if you'd like to talk about that. Basketball, baseball, football, whatever. Give us a phone call, 931-629-1824. Be glad to get you on Sports Talk Mania. We'll be back right after this.
Tailgate checklist. Cooler.
Check.
Chips.
Check.
Hot dogs.
Check.
Mustang gear.
Check.
Insurance.
Check.
This season, protect your team with insurance from Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services. Keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126.
The Tennessee National Raceway, where dirt track racing is at its best. That's the Tennessee National Raceway, 316 Racetrack Road, Hohenwald, Tennessee. Come out each and every Saturday night during racing season, ladies and gentlemen, and see some of the best dirt track racing anywhere around this area. That's the Tennessee National Raceway, 316 Racetrack Road, Hohenwald, Tennessee.
Your number one Mustang fans, Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services, a winning combination. We'll work with you to insure your home, auto, business, and life, to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126.
Want to welcome you back here to Sports Talk Mania. Still got about 20 more minutes remaining in today's show. If you'd like to get in, our phone lines are open at 931-629-1824. Hey, let's talk some sports on this Monday afternoon. Again, March 23rd, 2015. Got about 9 more months remaining in this year. So, hey, read off. I get tickled. I start reading off the calendar, and I got a calendar that's actually got the numbers, the days numbered on it. And I'll start telling people, hey, you know, we got only 190 more days till Christmas or something like that. Blows people's minds. Hey, got to have a little fun, though. Again, welcome back into Sports Talk Mania. Love to get you on the phone, talk to you, 931-629-1824. We'll talk to you about anything sports related. That's what we're here for. Hey, we'll even talk other things. We have talked some politics on here. Got into a conversation with local commissioner Chris D. Jackson on here time or two about some good things going on in our area, and not just Loretto area, but in the county in general. Love for good things to happen to our county, and a lot going on down here in the south end of the county with, of course, some Loretto Mustangs making that trip to the Final Four. New jobs slated, to come in the area. So, hey, a lot of good things going on in the area. Still talks about a new school being erected down here in the south end of the county. So, a lot of good things going on. Again, other things going on around the county. The Summertown Eagles going to have them a football team out on the field this coming football season. So looking forward to that. I really am. I'm probably as excited about that as the folks in Summertown is, just because of a big football fan that I am, and looking forward to it. Hope great things happen to the Summertown Eagles. Of course, their first game's going to be against our own Loretto Mustangs, so we'll see what happens there. So looking forward to it. Again, big season coming in. If we can get KJ, I'm hoping KJ's tuned in. Of course, him and Josh McDonald just brought you the baseball game live from Vanderbilt campus a little earlier. If we can get KJ to give us a call and kind of give us an update of what went on during the ball game, that's what I've been trying to do. Been trying to get him on the phone, and have not yet been able to do that. So hopefully we can get him on here before too much longer, and before we have to go off the air anyway, to give us a rundown. So see if we can get KJ on the line. Hopefully we can. Him or Josh. Josh was pretty much doing the play-by-play call like he does in basketball, and hopefully we can get him or KJ, either one, on the phone line to talk to us about the atmosphere up there at Vanderbilt and tell us about the game. So we'll see if we can't get KJ on the line. We'll talk about the March Madness. Somebody got a team outside of Kentucky, and the reason you think they might can win, give us a phone call, 931-629-1824 is our number here at the studio. Be glad to talk to you today and get some things going on here. Hey, it's Monday evening, but let's talk some sports. That's the reason we're here on Monday. Kind of break the monotony of everyone's Monday. Monday's usually a day to go back to work and get the week started again. Love to talk some sports as much as we like sports. And found out that the coach of the Summertown Eagles is going to be Coach Moat. Coach Moat, the new coach of the Summertown Eagles. So I'm going to try to be trying to get Coach Moat on here. We're going to get Coach Boyd here from the Loretto Mustangs football squad sometime during the Sports Talk Mania. Also, looking forward to talking maybe with Coach David Marston one of these days, coach of the Lawrence County High School Wildcats. Trying to get David on a little bit last season, wasn't able to do that. His schedule and our schedule here on Sports Talk Mania must have been a conflict, so unfortunately wasn't able to get Coach Marston on. Did have Coach Boyd on a few times during the season, as, of course, these coaches being grabbed by X Sports Live, for some interviews and trying to get them on Mustang TV and Sports Talk Mania and things like that. So one of these days we're going to get it all wrapped up and get it all together so we can get these football coaches on here and get them talking football. Also going to try to get Coach Pettis on, coach of the Loretto High School girls softball team. Again, another one of those good teams always usually coming out of Loretta's their softball squad. So looking forward to getting Coach Pettis on here one of these Monday afternoons to talk to us. And if we can't get them on a Monday, since baseball and softball usually play on Mondays, we're going to try to get a recorded interview with them anyway, just to see what's going on and how the season seems to be shaping up here in the early part of the season. So looking forward to a lot of interviews with these folks. So looking forward to a lot of good things happening around our area in sports. These young student athletes, again, we appreciate what you do for our area. We appreciate you doing all that you do for the schools. And guys and gals, you do make us very proud when you get out there and at least attempt to play the games. I'm just as tickled with Mustangs losing 7-6 today to the Eagles as I would be if they'd have won 7-6 over the Eagles. For one, I love to see these student athletes get out there and participate. And, for one, people say a lot of different things about high school sports and should people should the schools be spending money on sports, or should the schools allow these sports? Hey, keep them, keep our young students on the baseball field, on the basketball courts, because for one, that takes a lot of time, and that's a lot of time there that they can learn a lot about life. I've said it probably many times to other people. Not sure if I brought it up on the show, but I probably learned as much about life during my years of playing football as I did actually the game of football. And that's because everything seems to be kind of run, neck and neck with life and these sports. So, again, hats off to all these student athletes everywhere, not just Loretto, but Lawrenceburg, Summertown, and of course, all these other smaller schools, the K through 8 grade schools and stuff. Hey, hang in there, folks. We enjoy watching you guys, and of course, we wouldn't have high school teams if we didn't have these great student athletes coming up through some of our youth programs and making their way on into high school. And when they get to high school, they're ready to get coached by some good coaches and go further with their sports life. Again, I'm going to try to get KJ or Josh McDonald on the line with us. And while we're doing that, we're going to go listen to another word from our sponsors. And we'll be back. We're still going to have about 10 more minutes remaining in the show when we get back. So phone lines will be open at 931-629-1824. Be glad to hear from you.
You are number one Mustang fans. Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services, a winning combination. We'll work with you to ensure your home, auto, business, and life, to keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126.
The Tennessee National Raceway, where dirt track racing is at its best. That's the Tennessee National Raceway, 316 Racetrack Road, Hohenwald, Tennessee. Come out each and every Saturday night during racing season, ladies and gentlemen, and see some of the best dirt track racing anywhere around this area. That's the Tennessee National Raceway, 316 Racetrack Road, Hohenwald, Tennessee.
Tailgate checklist. Cooler.
Check.
Chips.
Check.
Hot dogs.
Check.
Mustang gear.
Check.
Insurance.
Check.
This season, protect your team with insurance from Auto Owners Insurance and Loretto Insurance Services. Keep everything you value safe, sound, secure. Call Loretto Insurance Services in Loretto today, 931-853-7126.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Talk Mania. Talking about a little bit more about March Madness, which that is the biggest thing going on now. Even though, don't have games until starting back up again until Thursday of this week. One thing that I've noticed and actually heard some other folks mentioning is the officials' play or roles during this March Madness. And this is one thing I have problems with at ball games, whether it's high school or elementary games or whatever. The thing is, all these officials are human beings, and they are going to make mistakes. They're going to make bad calls. I, for one, was an umpire at one time, so I know I made some bad calls. I'd go back and look at it on video, and I made a bad call. But, hey, they all do that. However, here's my thing. I was just an umpire during youth league games and things of that nature, the smaller things. These guys are making a lot of money to officiate these games. They've got technology at their fingertips that all they got to do is walk over to the scorer's table and sit and look or look back or whatever. And if you're at such a crucial point in the season, which is, March Madness or the final 64 or 68, ever how you want to look at that part of it. When you've got these games, loser goes home, winner goes on, when you get to that point of the season, why? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I want every play looked at, but a crucial call in the game needs to be looked at. And yeah, I know many calls during a game needs to be looked at. Why is it not? That's my question. I mean, you've got these officials that's making real good money to call these games, and you're getting these many bad calls. And again, I know I know we're all humans, okay? And I know that mistakes are going to be made. But when you get an official making a call, and I'm going to go back to the UCLA game in their first game. Who was it? I seen this just a few seconds ago. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Against Southern Methodist. UCLA against SMU. SMU gets called for a goaltender when the ball wasn't even going to go in at all anyway. But that's what gave UCLA the win. Why wasn't a play like that right at the end of the game that important? SMU has got to go home if they lose. UCLA goes on if they win. Why is a call like that with technology as great as it is now, and with it sitting on the side of the court within 20 steps of one of the referees at just about any point in time in the ball game, why was that not looked at? It's things like that is just it drives me crazy. It's just one of those things that just drives me crazy. I understand in high school sports you don't have, right there. You don't have something right there on the side of the court. You don't have something right on the side of the football field or the softball field or baseball field. The umpires or whatever. And, yeah, they're going to make mistakes too. I know that, and everybody else knows that. But when you get up to collegiate sports, the NCAA especially, as much money as NCAA has, and the NFL and the NBA and all these other, when you even get bigger than just the colleges, why is things like that? Let's get it right. That's one thing I would love to see happen is just make sure these calls like this is gotten correct. So that way you got a team, UCLA would have gotten beat. SMU would have moved on. And it's not that I'm against UCLA. For one, basketball is basketball. I'm going to root for Tennessee, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, whatever. I'm rooting for the University of Tennessee. When it comes outside of that, I love college basketball just to watch it, okay? But it doesn't, most of the time, outside of Tennessee playing and maybe Vanderbilt playing, I'm rooting for whoever I choose to root for that day. I may root for a team this week and root against them next week in a ball game. But that's just because I am a fan of the game, not of a particular team. So it wouldn't matter to me if UCLA or SMU won the ball game. I just wish they would have gotten it correct. SMU could have won the ball game or should have won the ball game based off of the call. With that being said, though, UCLA advanced over UAB. They've got they're a number 11 seed, and they advanced over a number 14 seed in UAB, which I think everybody thought UCLA was better than UAB. But now they've advanced on out to play Gonzaga. I think Gonzaga is going to actually win this ball game pretty handily and put UCLA down. But it still goes back to that first game that UCLA shouldn't even been to this point. And I just wish that the NCAA would look at these things that happen during this March Madness or during the tournament or during, playoff football games or something and get a closer eye and a better handle on what's going on with officiating. I'm not saying any of these guys is bad guys or gals that officiate these games. And when I say gals, I've watched some of the girls, the ladies tournament, go on, and they had women officials. Well, guess what? They made mistakes too. Don't tell my wife I said that, but still, things are going to happen. People's going to make mistakes. We all understand that. However, when you've got something as big as the NCAA and got that much money and that much power over college athletics, why can you not get it right? Get it right. That's all I ask. And if you got to put an extra camera on the side or an extra official, you got the money to do it. Do it. Get it done. Get it took care of. Do what you got to do to get that taken care of. Again, in case you just tuned into us and have not been on Mustangs TV today, the Loretto Mustangs had a home game today, but it wasn't at home. It was at Hawkins Field up in Nashville at the University of Vanderbilt campus, and they played Summertown Eagles. And great atmosphere up there. I'm glad both teams decided to play their game there. I know Coach Lamb got the invite from their coaching staff because they were not playing today. So, congratulations on both the Mustangs and the Eagles on getting to go up there and play on a college football field. And Jacob Laws comes out player of the game for the Loretto Mustangs. And congratulations to Jacob on winning I'm sure it's the Papa John's Pizza player of the game today for the Loretto Mustangs in a losing effort. And Jacob was 3 for 4. So, hey, when you bat 750, I'd say that's pretty good right there. Want to thank KJ. Apparently he wasn't able to call in, but he did send us some notes on that part of it, so we appreciate that. Appreciate everything that Kyle Johnson does for MustangsTV.com and all of us here at Sports Talk Mania as well. Appreciate all of our sponsors by all means. Tennessee National Raceway, definitely thanks to Miss Debbie Ezel at Loretta Insurance Services. Been with us, I guess, since day one. Miss Debbie jumped aboard just as soon as KJ even talked about Mustangs TV. So definitely appreciate those that's been with us all this time. Appreciate all of our new sponsors. Keep tuned in to Mustangs TV as the year goes on. I know it's the spring sports and the summer sports time coming up. So got baseball and softball and soccer and a lot of other sports that's getting rounded up now. So, again, tune in to us on MustangsTV.com. Check it out. KJ's already got a schedule, and, of course, schedules can change depending on what comes up and what's going on at the time. But check into our schedule for MustangsTV.com coming up, all the broadcasts they're going to be having, and you'll either get to hear Josh McDonald calling the games or myself or KJ. And there's sometimes that we just don't have enough help and nobody calls it, but you can watch it. Unfortunately, today was one of those games that was audio only because of where it was recorded at or broadcast at. But, of course, Josh McDonald and KJ doing an excellent job on bringing you the play-by-play. Again, in case you missed it, Summertown Eagles, a winner over the Loretto Mustangs at Hawkins Field, the University of Vanderbilt today, 7-6. Summertown Eagles over the Loretto Mustangs. Again, we want to congratulate Summertown Eagles. We want to congratulate Jacob Laws on being our Papa John's Pizza Player of the Game today. Jacob went 3 for 4 from the plate, so great job to him. Of course, sound like the runs was there. Pitching must have been a little shaky for both squads as 13 runs being scored in the game. But, hey, hang in there. I'm sure it's going to be better the next game. Just like next week's show here on Sports Talk Mania. Definitely want to invite you back next week. Again, folks, phone lines will be open, 931-629-1824. Write that number down. Give us a call next week. We're going to talk some more about the NCAA college basketball championships going on, the brackets, and we definitely don't want to talk about my bracket because I might as well throw it on away. Didn't make no good picks this year, but I'm sure you did. We'll be glad to talk to you about it next week here on Sports Talk Mania. Again, I want to thank our sponsors, Tennessee National Raceway, Loretto Insurance Services, for all they do to help us get Sports Talk Mania on the air. I want to thank all of you for tuning in and listening to us. Love to get you on the phones next week because phone lines will be open. Again, till next week, all of us here at MustangsTV.com, and especially myself, I'm Lee Haygood here on Sports Talk Mania. We'll talk to you next week from the hours of 6 to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Everyone have a great week. Look forward to talking to you and being able to go over some more sports next Monday afternoon. See you then. Everyone have a great week and Godspeed.